Welcome to Epic Learning's Heartbeat with the World, Volume 75. Wow, 75. And it's 2020. Hey, Nat, how's things?
Hey, very good. Thank you.
We're back. It's our first video of the year.
Yep. Welcome to 2020.
All right, I know. We've had a break and we've got together and we haven't got too much to share around wins this week because we just got back and everyone's getting back into things. So me and Nat thought, well, how don't we discuss not resolutions, but key areas of focus that we want to we're looking forward to checking out in 2020. So Nat, what's your area of focus?
I've got a couple of areas of focus this year. So one of them is a learning related one. So I'll start with that one.
Yeah,
I've been doing a course on data analytics and sort of getting better at being able to use data and look at data and manage data. And that's going to be a real focus for me. So being a lot more intentional in measuring outcomes and outputs in the kind of learning that we're doing. So going beyond just sort of the number of people that have done our training into some real sort of deeper analytics about how people are interacting with our learning, what they're enjoying, what's being useful and what's not. So learning a lot of new maths at the moment and learning a lot about statistics and graphs and a whole lot of very cool free open source software that's out there for crunching big numbers. So I'm really enjoying it, but it's definitely stretching my brain. So I'm hoping to continue that focus this year.
I've seen some really cool kind of online kind of video essays on the use of data to make data-driven decision making, and it's with more data available, and especially around a lot of gaming companies are making decisions on how they design their games by building these data collecting points in their games to know this is what people are into, and using that to help drive their decisions, which I find really interesting for learning as well. So keep doing that. That's what we
totally
can
agree.
into
There's no reason why we can't learn from that and apply that same sort of principle to our learning content and make our online learning better because of the feedback and the data that we're getting. So yeah, all you have to do is know how to read it, I guess.
Good data and read data. Good decision. That's the formula, right? But yeah, it's kind of being in that space and creating the platform to be able to capture the data. So really interesting. Well, what was your other?
Yeah, I've got a personal focus this year, and that's around, I guess, well-being and fitness. So set some very good and kind of big goals around my fitness this year, and just want to shout out to my couch drinker buddies who have committed to the 2020 Spring Challenge with me. So looking at maybe just moderating our lifestyles a little bit more and making sure that we're making the time to eat right and exercise, because I definitely know I feel a lot better when I'm doing that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, about balance. So so you said spring cup. This is something you started in spring, or you?
No, Spring Challenge. You can Google it.
Okay.
It involves a lot of rafting. It involves hiking and biking, and it also means that we have to learn how to orienteer this year because you have to be able to read a map and a compass. So it's a new challenge for us. Yeah.
Exciting. Okay. What about me? So this year, I'm definitely going to be focusing more on kind of my creativity. I've been kind of bottlenecking myself in just a few areas, and I want to kind of really expand what I've been building. I've been talking about writing a children's book for ages now, and I have probably got 3 or 4 stories I've come up with, and I've got all the characters, and I've got these. There's no reason why I can't make it. So this year I'm going to put some firm goals up and try and get at least 2 of them done and kind of illustrated. I've even kind of sourced the skills in my family that can actually help with the visuals and the writing and the actual drawing of it as well. So I'm really excited, and it's one of those things where going to spend Christmas with the family and I'm secretly talking to the nieces and going, okay, who can do this? Who can do that? So it really is me to go, wow, there's no reason not to pull the trigger on it. So you start kind of storyboarding and getting some of the rallies to start building this with me. So cheap Christmas presents, but it'd be cool Christmas presents, right? So for 2020. And my other kind of focus, I guess, is kind of around more kind of work style things. Is again, I'm going to try and be more present for people that I work with in close relationships. At the end of last year, I got to catch up with a lot of people, and it really made me realize that those conversations and those stories and catching up with people really helped me be more creative as well. So I guess 2020 is Carl's creative year or whatever. So making more virtual coffees, catching up with people, and kind of discussing ideas, and not just catching up in a personal perspective, but really sharing ideas from a work perspective, and just trying to get more nodes back in my life about seeing different things from different perspectives.
Yeah, it's interesting that you link staying creative with connecting with people, because I think it's really easy when you're a remote worker to get a little bit stuck in your own bubble, and that bubble can sort of get a bit lonely and a bit isolated, and maybe that's part of that, idea generation comes from talking with people and sharing and bouncing ideas and all that. So yeah, it's a nice link.
A little bit bubbly in the way that similar ideas, so therefore there's not many branches to go from. So I'm really trying to get a bit more diverse, get out there, talk to people from different industries, and really try and again get these kind of new nodes of kind of contacts, get to know people, more stories. And so it got me real excited because I got to meet a lot of different people while I was traveling last year, and then when I came back going home, I met a whole different side of the family as well. So all these neurons started firing in my mind. I went, yes, this is what I'm going to plug into this and get as much out of it as I can this year. So watch out, everyone that's watching this. Karl might be coming to say hello and share some ideas, and maybe you can even help me with my book, right? So excited.
Nice. It's funny, 2020, both of us are sort of bit sci-fi nerds, and 2020 was such a year of the future when I was growing up and as a kid. So it's time. The future is now. And
that's exactly it.
There's a real excitement in the air, I think, and it's amazing the power of what that round number can do. 2020.
It's like goodbye the teens, and hello the naughties again. Because the last time I said that, it's not the naughties. It is. I can't remember. I am suffering from back at work brain, and I can't think of things straight. So I guess everyone else is kind of watching this. What are your focuses? Resolutions are kind of but focuses and kind of habit forming things are what we're big about. So what's your habit changing or your focus for the year? Because we're going to try and revisit these for a change this year. Like once a month, let's do a first video of the month, catch up on where we're at. We can see how Nat's spring challenge goes. Maybe I need to get you a compass maybe so I don't lose you, or when you're orienteering out there. And I'll let you guys know how I'm going with my book. So let's wrap it up, those.
Sounds good. See you later.
See ya.